What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I've gotten quite a few requests lately to do some Floor 65 walkthroughs. Now, of course, you need to clear Floor 65 before you can prestige and use the Ancient Power, and you can't really just do a build guide for any Onslaught map, as, of course, the lane schedules and the mutators change from time to time. But here we are, Onslaught Floor 65, map 1 of 3. I'd like to try to prestige today, and I'm going to go ahead and record all 3 of these, if at all possible, to give everyone kind of a base of what to go through. Now, I am going to use an absolute ton of heroes. I'm not going to go through all of the heroes, but I can tell you that none of them are impressively geared. 21-7 there on the medallion. This is all stuff that I found through Onslaught mode as I was going. 21-4 on the Protons, 22-4 on the PDTs. That's actually, even though it's got the bad substat roll of defense crit, that's one of the best medallions I rolled. But anyway, this is all gear. Most of this is just Lobby stuff that's holding shards for me right now. But this is all gear that I found just throughout Onslaught, coming up through the ranks. This time around, I did do the switch over to Chaos 5 and 6, like I put in the video, and it just made it amazingly quick. Anyway, let's go ahead and get things going. I am going to be using Dryad Walls, and the reason being is, one thing's for sure in Onslaught, is you can't be just AFKing it out, as the more aggressive you are, the better chance of success you have. So I've got some Cyborgs, Hex Throwers up top. We got Geo Womp Zerkers there, Stabby Kamikazes, Lava Zerker Wompers, and then Psy Lava Wompers here. So we're going to have 2 Cyborg lanes. Let's go ahead and just start getting things built out. Pretty much, the way I usually approach it is I'll put a wall and a reflect beam on any of the lanes that need it. First things first, of course, using lots of different heroes and lots of different defenses, the DU usage is going to vary every time, so you have to kind of place it out. So alright, I've got my 4 walls. I've got the 1 reflect beam where I've got hex throwers here, and I'm also not just looking for hex throwers, I'm looking for javelin throwers as well, as javelin throwers can be a pain in the butt, just not quite to the extent that hex throwers are. Now, one of the general rules I've been following is every lane that doesn't have cyborgs, I throw down a little stack that I love to put there. It's what it is Proton Beam, a Flame Aura, and a Lightning Strike Sara. So first things first, let's get these things down. In fact, let's get our heroes that we need. See, we're going to go with Flame Auras, or actually the substat rolls on that is really bad, but I was going to say that could be my best piece. This one actually is probably the best when you look at the substats as well on my LSAs. Now, I don't plan on upgrading the LSAs, so I am going with a Mark over a Medallion. Of course, if you're going to be upgrading them, you're going to want to go with a Medallion with Power Transfer and Vamp, as you're going to get the most upgrade value out of it. Alright, Lava Zerker Wompers. So we need another little lovely stack down here. And you can pretty much completely block that entrance with it on this particular lane, which is kind of nice. Alright, now I've got those in place, and now I need to think about the flyers. We've got Stabby Kamikazes. I think I'll just go... I actually think I'll just use a Poison Dart Tower here, maybe. Let me put it all the way back on the ledge here, that way it's not taking any shots from any ranged mobs. Let's go with something like that. And then let's take a look at the other lanes. Now, I try to use a Poison Dart Tower as often as possible on any of the Cyborg lanes, just because, although it's not insanely powerful, it definitely helps quite a bit. It helps get the job done, no doubt about it. And this particular lane we're going to look at the mutator and we're going to see pilot on. So we actually want more conditions there. Where is the place I want to put it, though? If I put it behind it here... It's actually not terrible. I'm going to try to leave room up here on this piping for some bees. So I don't want to cover too much with bees. However, the enemies are going to take more damage versus how many conditions they're under. So I do want to get them under another condition. Let's throw a frostbite in there. So they're going to be poisoned and slowed from the frostbite. Let's see, what else do we want to do? We've got, what, 320 DU left, and I think it might be time to throw down some bees. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm putting these guys in spots where they're going to cover the lane and the wall. Alright, now that was quite a few bees there. We've got enough left for 6 more bees. Let's go... Why don't we go... one there, and one there. That leaves me 110 left, which is not a ton. And I'm thinking... Tell you what, let's go ahead and put 2 down here, because these are going to cover this wall as well. And then that leaves 50 left. Let's just go ahead and throw the 3rd right there. And then with 20 left over, we'll throw down another LSA somewhere just to use the additional 20 DU. And let's see, where's the best place for it? I think we can probably actually put it... Let's put it like right here and get a little double dip over into this lane. Keep that thing active all the time. Alright, now 200 DU left. Let's go ahead and upgrade... Let's upgrade these bees right here. And I'm not positive, but I'm thinking this may be the lane that I really need to fight in. So I'm going to plan for that, and I'll be able to keep an eye on that other cyborg lane down below. So let's go ahead and get it going here. And since I'm playing actively on the Dryad, I get the little buff to the bees. I get the 3rd bee out on them. If you're using slimes, it makes your slimes oil, which is nice as well. Man, there is a big old pack coming down that way. Let me check this out over here. Actually, it appears they're getting handled. So maybe a few more upgrades. Now, on the lanes that don't have the cyborgs, that proton beam, frost orcs as well. You want to look out for cyborgs and frost orcs. If you don't have those two, and you use that little proton flame aura LSA combo, it's just wildly effective. I thought something made it through there, but maybe not. You still definitely need to keep an eye out on them. It doesn't make the lanes AFKable, but it does really, really thin the packs. Especially if it's one of those big horde waves. And just one bad left, so we're looking pretty good here. Alright, let's get everything all up. Gonna try to get one upgrade on everything. Get everything here up to tier 2, if at all possible. Definitely want to do my little stacks here, though, as they are just so effective that, you know, you throw a few upgrades into them, and it does allow you to not quite completely forget about the lane, but it allows you to spend a little time elsewhere. Looks like, did I miss one? Nope, got them both. And then 110 left. Let's see. Let's get that poison dart tower upgraded. Or we've got enough for one more now. think I'm going to throw it into that poison dart tower just to make sure I don't have to deal with the flyers there. So let's go ahead and get wave 2 rolling. Now the lane schedules, although the basic flavor of the lane doesn't change and stays the same, there could be modifiers. So if it's like a frost lane, for example, that you have lots of the little fast frosties, you could potentially end up getting frost orcs later on in later waves. So if you're built with the proton beams and auras, of course the frost orcs are going to freeze them up and make life miserable. Did he get the stun off? Doesn't look like he did. Little lava guardian here. And then here comes Nash. Nash down. And just a couple more mobs left. I'll go ahead and get my juice ready to go for the next wave. And just let this assassin get handled. The bees are very, very good with assassins, that's for sure. Alright, let's see. Let's upgrade that. Let's get all of these bees up to tier 3. Oops. That one was already there. And then that leaves me 194 left. Let's go ahead and throw an up on that flame aura and that flame aura and proton beam there. And looking good. Let's get wave 3 going here. Now, like I said, every map will be different. You can't build exactly this way because you do have to look at the modifiers or the lane schedules and the mutators that you're going to get. And that is going to be different every time. So, although you can do like this general type of build for that specific type of lane, remember that mutators can make a big difference. So it's not just the lane schedules you have to look at. Definitely want to look at the mutators as well, and more importantly, make sure you're taking advantage of any mutators. Like, for example, that one up top, where each condition increases the damage done. See, we got a Geode Prime coming. Looks like, okay, the bees took care of business there. And we got Lady Orcs on my wall. They got wrecked. This map, the frames just get terrible sometimes. It's definitely it's like bogging between like 60 frames per second and 130, 140 frames per second. Let's see. Alright, let's get juice back up and then we'll throw some upgrades in. Once again, up top, I really just want to not have to come up here. If I could automate this one, in fact, we're going to go ahead and get that wall squared away as well. That's pretty good there, really. Throwing up into one of those bees. And then let's get wave 4 going here. Remember when you're fighting the cyborgs, get the cyborgs to shoot away from your defenses. So when the cyborg rolls out, you know it's going to use its special attack. If it's going to use it against you, get it aimed away from any bees, traps, auras, nodes, anything else you have down. The Dryad is definitely quite the mean girl, though, no doubt about it. And fun to play. It's a nice change of play. Nice change of pace. Pardon me. Nice change of pace. You guys know I usually just play melee or play ranged heroes. So, all right, we got Thork. All right, Thork got it off. My placement of my stars was bad there. So basically, I'm going to have to just manage this lane myself for the next few seconds until that disable comes up. Not too bad. Now, I do want to take a real quick look at the lanes again now that we're at wave 5. We've got 2 Lava Guardians this time. Actually, I think we had 2 Lava Guardians last time. Who's the boss? I should have looked and seen that Thork was there. Alright, we got a Yeti, which can be just as bad as Thork. And then we've got Slakelion or something over there, so that one shouldn't be a problem. I tell you what, let's try to get this Yeti locked down here. And just get all this stuff, all that upgraded as far as I can. And then, let's hope for the best here. Wave 5, seems to be going pretty well though. The frost lanes can definitely overrun you if you're not careful. So you always want to be in a position to either directly fight in the frost lane or where you can keep an eye on it really close, where you can run over to it if you need be. As soon as that Yeti comes, I'm going to go up there and get some damage on that one. Of course, the Yeti frozen walls are a bad thing, and the Yeti will freeze them up. And there comes the Yeti. Let me get this Lava Guardian down. Oh, great. Another Lava Guardian. Nice. That proton stack handled the Yeti. Perfect. And just 8 mobs to go, ticking away. A couple of assassins, of course. Yeah, looks like just one. Anyway, and there we go. There is map 1 of Floor 65 Onslaught mode. And like I said, not a direct build as the lanes will change every time. However, give you all a rough idea of how I've been getting through it. So thank you very much for watching. Keep an eye out for map 2 and map 3. I'm going to try to get all of those videos out at some point today. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.